And now, the players for Hermosillo, Mexico. Number 27, Rene Dueñas. Number 63, Rene Lucero. Number 12, Jose Corrales. Number 13, Juan Noriega. Number 95, Juan Miranda. Number 80, Brandon Abud. Number 14, Pedro Ayala. Number 34, Renato Morales. And now, starting for Hermosillo, Mexico, number 25, your shortstop, David Leida. Number 4, your third baseman, Joel Romo. Number 22, the designated hitter, Javier Yepes. Number 11, your right fielder, Paul Rendon. Number 8, your first baseman, David Zazueta. Number 10, the catcher, Luis Monjue. Number 61, at second base, Alejandro Amparano. Number 24, in left field, David Ung. Number 5, in center field, Germán Arballo. And on the mound for Hermosillo, Mexico, number 23, Sebastián Galvez. Your manager for Hermosillo, Mexico, Juan Carlos Durazo. Coach Manny Dueñas and Ricardo Herrera. And that is your team for Hermosillo, Mexico. And now the team for Chinese Taipei.
各位先生、各位女士，现在为各位介绍的是台湾青棒代表队的所有的选手以及教练和我们的领队的名单。首先介绍的是背号1号的谢义成，2号郑家军，3号古麦夏和。 4号邱彦祖，5号王胜恩，6号曾冠杰，7号王崇豪，8号蔡明勋。 9号陈靖宇，10号全哲伦，11号陈玉安，12号张家宏，13号杨华勇，14号陈杰瑞。 15号胡伟胜，16号庄耀祥，17号吴瑞聪，18号林轩宇。以上是我们台湾青棒队的选手。继续为各位先生、各位女士介绍的是我们教练团。 介绍的教练是陈顺松教练、林华庆教练、 谢峰峻总教练。最后介绍的是我们台湾青棒代表队的总领队于正宪。谢谢大家。
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats. Damas y caballeros de pie. El himno nacional de la República de México. Please remain standing for the national anthem for Chinese Taipei.
继续播放的是我们中华民国的国歌。
And now, the national anthem for the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, good sportsmanship in the field, good sportsmanship in the stands. Your umpires for tonight: at first base, Corbin Smith. Second base, Tomas Rodriguez. Your third base umpire, Frank Lopez. And behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes, Raul Chapa. Let's go. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Welcome to the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series Championship featuring Hermosillo, Mexico and Kaohsiung City, Chinese Taipei. These two teams battled yesterday to earn the right to be here in this championship. Both teams displaying exceptional skill in defeating the opponents they had yesterday. And here they meet once again for the championship. Chinese Taipei, no stranger to this game, having won the series 2 years ago. Youngstown, Ohio was your winner last year. And we'll see in about 7 innings who is going to be your champion for 2024. This broadcast is brought to you by the title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. Southern American Live Doppler Radar, stay ahead of the storm, Southern America. And Kraus Development, your box score sponsor, and your broadcast sponsor, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, offices in Laredo and Edinburgh, Dr. Marte A. Martinez. We've got a lot of sponsors. We'll be thanking them throughout the program. Quick shout out to the City of Laredo, the Honorable Mayor Victor Trevino and council members, and the County of Webb, the Honorable Judge Tano Tijerino and the Commissioner's Court, for all they've done to make this possible here in Laredo today. And let's get started with the first batter for Hermosillo, Mexico. Now batting, number 25, David Leda. Carla, turn that down. Leda is your shortstop, and he sends one foul for strike one here at the top of the first inning in the World Series Championship for 2024 Pony Palomino action, coming to you from Veterans Field in Laredo, Texas. This game is brought to you by a host of sponsors, and we'll be thanking them as we go along. Strike two for Leda, the shortstop from Hermosillo, Mexico. On the mound for Chinese Taipei, Xuan Yu Lin. High fly ball into shallow center field. Center fielder is under it. Out number one for Chinese Taipei. And coming to the plate, Joel Romo, the third baseman. Now batting number 4, Joel Romo. Romo, the third baseman for Hermosillo, having a great tournament. The speedster managed to steal a few bases in the last game. 1 out, nobody on, and strike one to Romo. Xuan Yu Lin, the pitcher for Chinese Taipei, the left-hander, facing Joel Romo, the third baseman for Hermosillo. Swing and a miss by Romo, strike two. There is 1 out, nobody on here at the top of the first inning. Mexico, Joel Romo at the plate. Chinese Taipei, Xuan Yu Lin, the pitcher for
that team. And that's outside. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here at the top of the first inning in the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series Championship, coming to you from Veterans Field. Thank you to LISD for the use of their facilities. And that's a shot down third base, foul. Good swing by Romo, sending that all the way down the third base line, but it was foul. We've got a little bit of a breeze here. We'll bring you the forecast from Southern American. Live Doppler radar. Stay ahead of the storm with Southern American. And that's a grounder bouncing over the pitcher's head. Second baseman's got it. 1 bounce to first, and he's safe. 1 hop to first, and he is safe. And did I not tell you that Joel Romo was a speedster? Romo running the distance to first base in a hurry. The second baseman 1-hopped it to the first baseman and safe at first. So we have a runner on first base, 1 out, and the designated hitter Javier Yepes steps into the box. Now batting number 22, Javier Yepes. Yepes, the left-hander, also having a good game, driving in some RBIs, as is his role as a designated hitter. With a runner at first, 1 out, and he takes strike 1 from Lin, the left-hander, number 18 for Chinese Taipei. Great action all week long. We started on Friday, played a lot on Saturday and Sunday, and here we are Monday night for the championship game, featuring Hermosillo, Mexico, and Chinese Taipei. Kaohsiung City, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and if I'm not, please correct me. 1-1 the count, 1 out, 1 runner on here at the top of the first inning. Hermosillo, Mexico at the plate. Taipei, Chinese Taipei on the field. Mexico in the red, Taipei in the white. First inning action here in the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series. 1-1 the count, 1 out, 1 runner on, top of the first. The left-hander Yepes, the designated hitter. The left-hander Lin on the mound. And that's a high fly ball right to center field. Center fielder is adjusting, and he's got out number 2. And the speedy Romo heads back to first. That will be 2 outs, and that brings up number 11, Paul Rendon, the right fielder. Now batting number 11, Paul Rendon. Rendon, the right fielder, right-handed batter, facing the left-hander Lin, who has 2 outs. He's got a runner on. No score yet here at the top of the first inning. Pony Palomino World Series action. Lin checking the runner at first. Little bit of a breeze. I can see the tent and the flags waving here. We've got a full booth here. Our producer, our director, scorekeeper, our admin, and the ever-popular Hector with Game Changer. Sometimes we call him Game Danger. 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 runner on. No score yet. Top of the first here in Laredo, Texas, right on the border to Mexico. And that's a grounder. Shortstop's going to have that. And that gets past the second baseman. That's going to roll. Right fielder's going to grab that. We've got runners at the corner with 2 outs. The shortstop throwing that to the second baseman on a hop, and it got past the second baseman who was covering the bag. And the speedy Romo gets up and runs to third. Great base running by Romo, alert. And Paul Rendon is now at first with David Sasueta, the first baseman, at the plate. Now batting number 8, David Sasueta. Sasueta also batting left-handed, facing the left-hander Lin with runners at third and first. 2 outs here at the top of the first inning. Veterans Field, Laredo, Texas, Pony Palomino World Series action. Coming to you live, brought to you by Southern Sanitation and Southern American live Doppler radar. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The left-hander Sasueta trying to bring a first run across the plate. And there goes the runner, and he slides into second safe. He's got a stolen base, and now runners in scoring position in 2 bags. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The left-hander Sasueta, the first baseman, facing Xuan Yulin, the left-hander for Chinese Taipei, in a game that's being powered by Liquid Studio Group, bringing you the broadcast here on Laredo Pony's YouTube channel. We have folks from Chinese Taipei listening in, watching from home, as well as folks from Hermosillo, Mexico, which is about 16 hours south of where we are. A long drive. Norma, our scorekeepers, made that drive, or she looked it up for some reason or another yesterday when we were asking, and Hector took credit for it. The left-hander, Sasueta, with 2 out, 2 on, takes strike 2 from Lin. 2-2 the count, 2 out. Lin, the left-hander, trying to keep runs from scoring, has 2 runners on. A 2-2 count to Sasueta. And the pitch is swung and a miss, strike 3, and that will retire the side for Hermosillo. 2 runners left stranded on base. A stolen base by Javier Yepes. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Let us introduce you to our sponsors, and we'll be right back after this brief message. Here we go. I think I heard Mario say I had extra duties elsewhere, extracurricular activity. Not quite true, but it's a rumor I started. Now batting Jae-Lun Xuan, the right fielder. Right fielder for Chinese Taipei, top of the order, bottom of the first. Jae-Lun Xuan, the right fielder, left-handed batter facing the right-hander. Sebastián Galvez on the mound for Hermosillo, Mexico. Our sister country right to the south of us here. We are on the border, at the edge of the border. And that's a grounder. Second baseman's got that. And first out at first. Xuan grounding to second. Out at first for out number 1. Bottom of the first inning. Number 4, Yen-Su Chu at the plate. Now batting Yensu Chu. Chu, the second baseman, right-hander facing the right-hander Galvez. Takes ball one from Galvez. We are bringing this broadcast live to you from Laredo, Texas, Veterans Field, home of the mighty Martin Tigers. And that's a fly ball into center field. Center fielder's on his horse, and out number 2. Here in the bottom of the first, flying out to the center fielder, Germán Arballo making that out. Now batting number 6, Quan Che Sen. Sen, the shortstop for Chinese Taipei. Takes strike 1 from Galvez, the pitcher for Hermosillo. Here at the bottom of the first, broadcast is brought to you by Crouch Development, managers and developers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway Industrial Park just outside of Laredo. And Sen takes strike 2 from Galvez. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. And that one hits the dirt, ball 1. Our broadcast sponsor, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, Dr. Marte A. Martinez with clinics in Laredo, Texas, and in Edinburgh, the Rio Grande Valley. If you're listening in from the Rio Grande Valley, make an appointment with Dr. Marte Martinez at Advanced Spine Pain Solutions. And Sen strikes out. Galvez gets him swinging, and that is out number 3 here at the bottom of the first. So inning number 1 done. No runs scored yet. We'll be right back with more Pony Palomino World Series action.
Full of great moments, special moments, shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marte Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
And we are back. Top of the second inning here in Laredo, Texas, Veterans Field. Pony Palomino World Series action, Hermosillo, Mexico. Chinese Taipei vying for the crown here. Top of the order, or top of the second inning, the leadoff batter is number 10, Luis Monhue. Now batting number 10, Luis Monhue. Monhue, the catcher, shoots one right down third base, foul. Made a lot of contact with that, but that sailed into the foul territory. 0-1 the count to Monhue, the catcher. 0 runs scored so far. 0-1 the count. Lin on the mound, the left-hander for Chinese Taipei. Monhue at the plate. And that's high, ball 1. 1-1 the count. We want to thank the city of Laredo, the Honorable Mayor Victor Trevino, all the members of the city council, and the city manager and his leadership for all they've done to put on these tournaments this week. Lin fires in, and that's a shot into center field. That's going to drop and go all the way to the wall. Monhue is going to try to take two, and he does. Standing up, the ball rolling all the way to the fence, hit between center left, and Monhue is going to get a courtesy runner, I believe, and has a stand-up double here at the top of the second inning, the leadoff batter for Hermosillo. And now number 61 going to the plate. Now batting number 61, Alejandro Amparano. Amparano number 4. Sorry, number 61, the second baseman, the 4 position, sorry. And we have a courtesy runner. We're going to get his number in just a second, who's running for Monhue. Nobody out. Runner at second. Here in the top of the second. Amparano at the plate. And a beautiful placed bunt. The pitcher running to get it and can't get there. Lin, who is tall and is not watching what's going on, kind of gingerly walking around, not paying attention, has the runner run all the way to second base. Instead of a sacrifice bunt, he gets 2 bags out of it. Amparano, very smart base running. Chinese Taipei a little asleep at that one. The pitcher Lin is tall and lanky, and as he reached down, he was having trouble getting to that ball, and finally was able to scoop it up, but it was too late. The speedy Amparano was already at first, and as he turned around and started to have a little discussion with his teammates, Amparano snuck by him and went all the way to second. So the leadoff batter, Monhue, with a courtesy runner running for him now, is at third, and Amparano's at second. And number 24, David Ung, is stepping into the batter's box. Number 24, David Ung. Ung, the left fielder, has 2 runners on with nobody out. Lin, the left-hander, trying to keep disaster from happening here in the top of the second. Will try to stem the tide here and keep runs from scoring. The catcher keeping that in front of him. That's strike 1 to Ung. Your catcher is Chai Chung Cheng, the number 2, playing the number 2 position. Catching for Lin, the left-hander, with Ung at the plate. 2 runners on, nobody out, 1 strike. And he takes ball 1. 1-1 the count. Want to say thank you to the County of Webb, the Honorable Judge Tano Tijerina, and the County Commissioner's Court. The Honorable Judge, a former collegiate standout in baseball and a minor leaguer. Now the County Judge for the County of Webb. And that's strike 2 to Ung. 1 ball, 2 strikes, runners in scoring position. Here in the top of the second after a mishap with a bunt and a little error when somebody was just chit-chatting. The runner decided to get 1 more. 1-2 the count, nobody out. And that's low. So that'll be 2-2. Nobody out, 2 on, top of the second. David Ung, the left fielder, at the plate with Lin, the left-hander, trying to strike him out, and he does. David Ung going down swinging, records out number 1 with runners at third and second. Number 5, Herman Arvayo, takes his turn with the stick. Now batting number 5, Herman Arvayo. And I'm doing double duty today. I'll be your PA announcer as well as your broadcaster, so you might hear me make that announcement every once in a while. Lin, the left-hander, Arvayo, the right-hander, and he lays down a bunt, and that's going to be successful. And a run is going to score. Sacrifice bunt. Arvayo does exactly what he was brought in to do. And he advances the runner to third and scores a run. Sacrifice bunt RBI for Germán Arvayo. To the top of the order we go. Number 25, David Leda. Now batting number 25, David Leda. Leda, the shortstop, with a set of wheels on him, has a speedy runner over at third, Alejandro Amparano, and has got 2 outs here in the top of the second. And that one gets past the catcher. The catcher's going to try to make a play, and he is unable to do so. And a second run has scored on a wild pitch by the left-hander Lin. Amparano scooting from third to home. Run number 2, top of the second. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here at Pony Palomino World Series action as it starts to heat up while the sun sets in the western sky here in Laredo. Number 25, David Leda, your shortstop, now has 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs, and nobody on. But we've got 2 runs scored so far. And so the mission is different for Leda, as he will attempt to get on base and continue the rally that it got going here in the top of the second. A lively crowd from Hermosillo, Mexico in the stands. Not to be outdone by the Chinese Taipei team that is out here with a large contingent. And he takes strike 1. 2-1 the count. 2 outs, nobody on. The left-hander Lin trying to gain control and composure. Having thrown a wild pitch and letting us run score, has the top of the order Leda at the plate. Now with a 3-1 count. Want to say thank you to HEB. Everything's better at HEB, our sponsor. The law firm of Whitworth Cigarroa for their support. Line Decker Construction, and all they do, building fine facilities like this. Lin, the left-hander, up Leda, the right-hander, almost takes one at the knee. But that is still ball 4, and he's going to walk. Leda had to do a little shimmy to get out of that one. And now number 4, Joel Romo, will take his turn in the box. Now batting number 4, Joel Romo. Romo, the third baseman, has had a good tournament as well. Great defensive plays in the last couple of games. Have earned their right to be here in the championship game 2024 Pony Palomino World Series. Hermosillo, Mexico, Kaohsiung City, Taipei, and that is ball 1 to Romo, the third baseman. Leda, the top of the order, is at first. We have 2 outs here in top of the second. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 runs have scored. And that's wide outside. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. And the coach wants to have a conversation with his left-hander. And the umpire, the coach for Kaohsiung City, has seen enough here in the top of the second. And Xuan Yu Lin heads to the dugout, very unhappy with himself and with the turnout, showing a unusual amount of emotion for the Chinese Taipei teams. Typically very, very subdued, very respectful of the game. Not a lot of emotion. They just play great baseball. And Xuan Yu Lin is done after 1.5, and he's not happy with his own performance. And he is going to be relieved by a right-hander, and we'll get his number here in just a second. and tell you who the reliever is coming in for Xuan Yulin. At the plate will be number 4, Joel Romo, who started off facing Lin, and now will have 2 balls, no strikes with 2 outs and a runner on, and the new pitcher on the mound. And we're going to get that name for you in just a second. The catcher for Chinese Taipei, Chai Chun Shen, having a good tournament himself. Very sure-handed and a bit of a brick wall. Nothing gets past him. He had 1 sail over his head, though, and that allowed a run to score. The Hermosillo team exhibiting some great skill in the small ball. A couple bunts that allowed runners to advance. One of them sacrificed RBI. And now we've got a conversation going between the catcher and Romo, holding the stick, ready to go in and take a whack at it, see how he can do, bring in some runs and continue the rally. They've got 2 runs have scored. There are 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and a relief pitcher coming in for Xuan Yulin, now on the mound for Kaohsiung City, Chinese Taipei. And bunt being shown by Romo. And he takes strike 1 from the reliever. Promise that we'll get you his name before the change of the inning. The right-hander peering in at the third baseman there, Joel Romo. And Romo takes a swing at it. Foul. Two the count, 2 outs. Mexico leading by 2.
The count starts again.
I think so, 0-2. 0-2 the count. I'm sorry, 0-2. The count with the reliever coming in resets the count. And that's a foul ball down the first baseline. Looks like it's going to go into the stands. 0-2 the count. 2 outs. 2 runs scored so far. Runner at first. New pitcher coming in relief of Lin, who exited after 1.5. And your reliever is Chai Hung Chang, number 12. Chai Hung Chang, the right-hander, coming in here in the top of the second inning, halfway through with 2 outs. The coach, not liking what he was seeing from his left-hander Lin, brought in the right-hander, and it looks like we've got a 2-2 count here. 2 outs, runner at first, Romo at the plate, and he's gonna walk. So the count did not reset. We had 2 balls come in, and so what was 2-2 became ball 4. As we try to keep the scoreboard correct here, I'm reading it through a dirty glass with some readers here, and right now it has been reset 0-0. No balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on here at the Veterans Field, LISD's crown jewel of their athletic facilities. The left-hander at the plate, Javier Yepes. Now batting number 22, Javier Yepes. The designated hitter taking on the reliever, number 12, Chai Hung Chan. Here in the top of the second inning with 2 outs, 2 runners on. And the ball gets past the typically sure-footed, sure-gloved catcher. And we've got runners in scoring position now. The right-hander number 12 throwing that one low and outside, hitting the ground. Number 12, Chai Hung Chang, came in relief after 1.5 innings pitched by Xuan Yulin, the left-hander, who seemed to be struggling with his control, and the coach decided, let me make a change early before the wheels come off. 2 runs have scored so far. There are 2 outs, and that's a shot into right field. The right fielder adjusting, and that is out number 3. And again, Hermosillo, Mexico leaves 2 runners stranded, but they do score 2 runs here at the top of the second, and we'll be right back to thank some of our other sponsors. Bottom of the second inning, leading off for Chinese Taipei, number 17, Ju Sung Woo, the designated hitter. Ju Sung Woo batting right-handed against the right-hander Sebastián Galvez, as Mexico takes a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second. We're at the bottom, and the designated hitter puts one over the head of the center fielder, and that's a double by rule. The ball bouncing over the fence. That one got all the way to the warning track and bounced over the fence. If the wind were not blowing, he'd have knocked that 400 feet over the fence. So now Chinese Taipei has a runner at second. And number 2, Chai Chun Shen, the catcher, steps up to the plate to try to get some runs put in, close the gap, as Hermosillo, Mexico leads by 2 here in the bottom of the second. Sebastián Galvez, the right-hander for Hermosillo. Number 2, Chen, the catcher, at the plate, and he feints bunt and takes ball 1 from Galvez. Both these teams exceptional with a small ball. Both of them can bunt, both of them can run. They are very disciplined teams here, and that is why they're here in the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series Championship in Laredo, Texas. And that's a bunt foul ball, but the catcher, Luis Monjue, up on his feet. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. The leadoff batter for Chinese Taipei, Ju Sung Woo, took a shot right down to center field, bounced over the wall, so he stands at second. And number 3, Gumai Shahi, the venerable first baseman, takes strike 1 from Galvez, the righty from Hermosillo. 0-1 the count, 1 out. 2-0 Hermosillo on top here in the bottom of the second. Runner on second. And Shahi at the plate. And the pitch is strike 2. Galvez, doing a great job on the mound so far, has held the explosive bats of Chinese Taipei relatively silent, with the exception of that blast that almost went over the fence by the DH Wu. Galvez also having a good tournament, playing couple positions and pitching. That grounder goes to short, holds the runner, and the throw to first is out number 2. Hermosillo registering out number 2. David Leda, the shortstop, scooping that up, tossing it over to Sasueta, the first baseman. And Galvez walks to the mound here in a game presented to you by Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service, and Southern American live Doppler radar here in Laredo, Texas. Stay ahead of the storm with Southern American's live Doppler radar. And on the mound, Galvez has 2 outs and a runner at second, and he's got a left-hander, Chung Hao Wang, at the plate, number 7, who plays in the 7th slot. He is the left fielder, left-hander. Little stoppage of play here while we make a little exchange. And the courtesy runner, number 13, Hua Young Yang, steps in to courtesy run for the catcher, number 2, Chai Chun Sheng, who is coming in to get his gear on here at the bottom of the second with 2 outs, 1 ball, runner at second. Galvez on the mound, Wang at the plate, and that is ball 2. Nope, sorry, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. Your umpire behind the plate, Raul Chapa, holding hands up high so we can see what the count is, has the left-hander in front of him, Wang, facing the right-hander, Galvez, on the mound. And right behind him stands a runner at second. 0-1 the count, 1-1 the count, 2 outs, no runs scored for Taipei yet, 2 runs by Hermosillo, and they lead with ball 2 being thrown. Our box score sponsor, Kraus Development, Kirk Kraus, Bert Kraus, TJ Kraus, AJ Kraus, all great folks over there with their Development's Pinnacle Center, and Gateway out at mile marker 18 is a fantastic development, industrial development, 3,300 acres. Ball 3 to Wang here in the bottom of the second. If you're planning to build a logistics company or a warehouse somewhere in this area, do check out Kraus Development and their 2 projects here in Laredo, Texas. And also our sponsor, Dr. Marte Martinez. And that's a shot over into right field. Right fielder adjusting for the sun. Records out number 3, and that ends the inning for Chinese Taipei. 1 runner left on. 1 smash shot over into center left that bounced over the wall, and that ends it for Chinese Taipei. We'll be right back after this brief message.
Life is full of great moments, special moments, shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marte Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
And we're back as we begin the top of the 3rd inning at the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series Championship game between Hermosillo, Mexico and Kaohsiung City, Taipei. Coming to the plate, the right-hander facing the new pitcher, number 12, Chai Huang Cheng. Number 11, Paul Rendon at the plate. Now batting number 11, Paul Rendon. Rendon, who caught that last out over in right field for Hermosillo, takes a swing and a miss for strike 2 from Cheng. The Chinese Taipei contingent here in Laredo, coming from all over Texas and Chinese Taipei, to join in cheering on their team. And Hermosillo, Mexico will not be outdone. They've got a large crowd here. It's going to be interesting tonight as the group gets a little chippy here and then. And that's outside ball 1. Advanced Spine Paint Solution, our broadcast sponsor. And our good friends at 24/7 News, the Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and Otilas Restaurant, brunch and dinner. It's only been open for a little while, and they've got great reviews. And that's a high fly ball, shallow center. Center fielder's coming up, to waving everyone off. And he says, I got it, and he does. Out number 1 on a fly ball by Paul Rendon to the center fielder, Ching Yu Chen. And coming to the plate, number 8, David Zazueta, the tall first baseman. Now batting number 8, David Zazueta. Z-A-Z-U-E-T-A, Zazueta, the left-handed first baseman, hits one into left field. Left field is drifting, and he caught it inside the field of play, but could have gone foul had it dropped. But that's still out number 2 here in the top of the 3rd in the Pony Palomino World Series Championship. As I was saying, Otilas Restaurant, brunch and dinner. You want to talk about folks raving about a good place to eat, that's it. Everyone's talking about how good the food is over at Otilas Brunch and Dinner Restaurant on Del Mar Boulevard. The windup by the pitcher, and that's a long fly ball, right fielder underneath it, and that is out number 3. Luis Monque, the catcher, slapping that into center left. Center fielder on his horse, the speedy Chen, gets the ball, and out number 3. And we'll be right back after a brief message from our sponsors. Little technical difficulty as we try to get our sponsors ads up and running. We'll make that up to them shortly. Give them an extra shout out. So while I'm on here watching these young men get ready for the next inning, the bottom of the 3rd, let me thank 24/7 News, digital news desk, breaking news 24/7. With over 40,000 followers on Facebook, if you want to advertise where people are going to see your ad, 24/7 News, place to go. The Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, representing small businesses here in Laredo, Texas. An accredited Chamber of Commerce with the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And we begin the leadoff batter, number 5 for Chinese Taipei, Sheng En Wang, in the batter's box against Galvez. Wang, the third baseman for Chinese Taipei, is facing the right-hander Galvez, who started the game and is still here, and a bouncer over the pitcher's head. Shortstop charging hard, and that's out number 1, with Wang grounding out to short. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, number 9, Chin Yu Shen The center fielder who recorded the last out in the top of the third inning is at the plate. The left-hander takes ball one from Galvez. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. Hermosillo leading 2-0. Ooh, and that's danger close. That gave the batter something to think about. Galvez has had a good tournament. He's been on the mound. He's been at other positions. Good base runner, too. Fires ball number 2 to... third ball here to the batter number 9. Chen feints bunt and takes strike 1 from Galvez. 3-1 the count. In a game being brought to you by Rotex Truck Center. And that's strike 2 for a full count here to Chen. Andy's Auto Air, Andy's Mobility, Sunbelt Air Conditioning, Line Decker Construction, and Laredo's only 4 Diamond Hotel, La Posada, as number 9 gets a free pass to first base. A walk by Galvez puts a runner at first with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Chinese Taipei trailing Hermosillo, Mexico, in the championship game here in Laredo, Texas, at the Veterans Field, LISD's crown jewel. Number 10, top of the order, Jae-Lun Xiwan, playing right field, takes strike 1 from Galvez with a runner on in the bottom of the third. And the sun begins to set, and it's in the eyes of the right fielder, second baseman, your first baseman, and your first base ump, Corbin Smith. Excellent umpire at first base, as all of them are. And the runner tried to sneak off. Shen was trying to get himself over to second base, and the pitcher came off the mound, and he quickly got back. He's safe. And it looks like he's going to go, but unfortunately for Shen, he stumbles while trying to get back to first base, and he is out. The catcher, Luis Monjue, out of his stance, fires a rocket to first. Sasueta with a successful tag. And the runner not happy with the result. The coach at first base thought he was safe, but I bet you my cameraman can say something different. He had the shot. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the third, Galvez on the mound. Foul ball by number 10. The top of the order for Chinese Taipei, Xiwan, the right fielder for the Chinese Taipei team, bats left-handed, facing the right-hander Galvez. 2 outs here, and that's a foul ball. Hermosillo on top, 2-0. Bottom of the third. Thank you to our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. Southern Sanitation opened its doors in 1974 when I was just 11 years old, although one of my friends says I was born in 1863. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Galvez on the mound, and that's a foul ball. Swan, the left-hander, staying alive, making Galvez earn this one. As the sun sets on the streets of Laredo here at Veterans Field, 2024 Pony Palomino's World Series, grounder to short, charging forward. Shortstop throws him out. David Leda, the shortstop, fires it over to Sasueta, and that's out number 3. And we'll be right back at the top of the fourth. We're going to try to squeeze in a few extra commercials, so bear with us as we try to make up for our technical difficulties in the bottom of the third. We'll be right back. And here we go, top of the fourth inning with the pitcher, Chang, number 12, Chai Young Hung Chang. And I apologize, I'm getting tongue-tied with some of these names. But I've called these games before, and I know these players well. And that is strike one to Amparano, number 61. Now batting number 61, Alejandro Amparano. Amparano, the second baseman, has a set of wheels on him. He can run. And Corbin Smith over at first base says, no, he didn't come around. That's a ball. 2-1 the count. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the fourth. Alejandro Amparano at the plate. Chai Hung Chang on the mound for Chinese Taipei, trailing 2-0, and that's a grounder. The third baseman's going to grab that. And that's out number one for Hermosillo. Excellent baseball by the Chinese Taipei team, earning their trip to the championship game here today. Number 24, David Ung, is coming to the plate. Now batting number 24, David Ung. David Ung, sounds better when I say it in Spanish, takes strike one from Chang. Chang came in relief of Xuan Yu Lin, who pitched for 1.5 innings before being relieved by Chang, who throws strike number 2 to Ung. Nobody on, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2-0 Hermosillo. Top of the fourth inning here, and a swing and a miss. David Ung strikes out. Chang with a nice hot fastball for him. Got him swinging. And now number 5, Herman Arvayo, will take his chances on at the plate. Now batting number 5, Herman Arvayo, as he tries to work against this right-hander Chang, who throws ball 1, seems to have is having a better outing here than the starter Lin, who exited early. And that's a foul ball. That one's coming into the stands. And I would imagine that the young man out here is going to grab that, take it to the concession stand, hoping to get a Frito pie, but not going to happen. The right-hander Chang facing the right-hander Arvayo, and that's a foul ball headed over towards the Martin Tiger sign. Thank you, Laredo Independent School District, LISD, for the use of their facility, Veterans Field, here in Laredo, Texas. Beautiful facility, crown jewel of their athletic complex here. And Chang winds and throws, and that's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the fourth inning. Hermosillo leading 2-0. At the plate is Arvayo. That's a grounder to short charging hard. And that is out number 3. The shortstop for Chinese Taipei, Kwai Che Sen, making a good throw over to first. And we'll be right back after this brief commercial message. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. Back at the Pony Palomino World Series Championship here at Veterans Field, Laredo, Texas, brought to you by Southern Sanitation. Celebrating 50 years of service. Southern American live Doppler radar, which we're relying on to make sure the skies stay clear. And on the mound is the pitcher, Sebastian Galvez, facing the number 4, Yen Su Chu, the second baseman. And Chu takes strike one from him, 1-1 the count. Here in the bottom of the fourth. These two teams playing quite a bit yesterday to get here. Foul ball. Punched their ticket to the show with wins over Laredo and Brownsville, respectively. Galvez, the right-hander, started the game, has completed 3.5 here. The pitcher for Chinese Taipei, Lin, exiting early, replaced by Chang, number 12. And that's ball 2. 2-2 the count, nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the fourth inning here at Veterans Field in Laredo, Texas. Broadcast brought to you by Crouch Development. That's a foul ball. Managers and developers of the Pinnacle Center and Gateway, 3,300 acre development just outside Laredo. That's a grounder to third base. Third baseman has it. Out number 1 for Chinese Taipei. The third baseman for Hermosillo, Joel Romo, making that grab and that throw to Sasueta, the first baseman. Exceptional job here. Number 6 at the plate, Quan Che Sen. Now batting number 6, Quan Che Sen. And that's strike one. One strike, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth, 2-run score by Hermosillo. Nothing from Taiwan yet. And that's in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1, and Galvez came off the mound a little funny. Just put up his hand and said, ouch, something hurts. And here comes the umpire and the coach and the rest of the team to check on their starter, Galvez. Want to thank Lion Decker Construction for their support. Play more, family entertainment. Eat more, live more, play more. Bowling, zip line, laser tag, and great food there at Playmore Family Entertainment Center, with 2 locations, one here in Laredo, Texas, and one in Del Rio. Del Rio, where one of the Doppler radars that used to service Laredo, still does, is located. Our good friends at 24/7 News, the Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, HEB, Otilas Brunch and Dinner, fine restaurant, Rotex Truck Center, and our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service here in our community. And the pitch, and a grounder to first. Sasueta gets it, and he's going to toss it to the pitcher, and that is out number 2. Nicely covered by Galvez coming off the mound. Sasueta grabbing that deep into the first base area. Nice underhand toss, out number 2 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. World Series Championship game, Pony Palomino here in Laredo, Texas. And now, coming to the plate here, Galvez throws strike 1 to number 17, Ju Sung Woo, the designated hitter. Now batting Ju Sung Woo. Woo, the designated hitter, takes a swing and a foul ball for strike 2 from Galvez. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the fourth. Taipei trailing Mexico by 2 here at Veterans Field in Laredo, Texas, the gateway city, the #1 inland port in the nation, the largest port in the nation by volume and dollars. And that's going to be ball 2. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 4th. Laredo, Texas, proud to have 4 international bridges and a whole lot of traffic going on them. That's a fly ball into right field. Right fielder's getting under it, and there goes out number 3. The right fielder for Hermosillo, Paul Rendon, registering out number 3. And we'll be right back after this brief commercial message. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. David Leda, top of the order. All right. Hey, we're back. Sorry. Caught me off guard there. I was trying to get a little bite in here between innings. Number 25, David Leda, top of the order. Shoots one down to shortstop. Shortstop to first. And the shortstop unable to scoop that out of the dirt. And that's going to be a single here. Runner at first, number 4, Joel Romo, coming up to bat. Now batting number 4, Joel Romo. And again, I apologize. I'm doing double duty. Broadcast announcer for you and your PA announcer. This live stream on Laredo Pony's YouTube channel is being powered by Liquid Studio Group, South Texas' premier digital marketing and advertising agency. Romo showing bunt with a runner at first, nobody out. Takes a swing and a miss. And the runner advances. Oh, and the catcher is going to be down for just a second. Got hit in that one spot you don't want to get hit. He's going to be walking with an ice pack for a while. That hurts. And the trainer and the coach both out there trying to give him some comfort. That's got to hurt. That one came right off the home plate and hit him where it counts. And he's on his feet. He's good. He's good, but future generations may not. That had to have hurt. And they're going to give him a chance to kind of settle back in, and he's going to take a few pitches from Chang, the reliever who came in at the top of the second. Romo coming back onto bat here in the box with a runner on. They brought him back to first. what may have been a foul tip bouncing off that home plate. Swing and a miss, strike two for Romo. With the speedy David Leda, the shortstop, on first base with no outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Pony Palomino World Series action, Laredo, Texas, brought to you by Southern Sanitation. And the pitcher, number 12, Chang, trying to pick off the runner at first base. Unsuccessful. New set of instructions from the coach to the batter. Romo steps back in, says, I'm ready to go. Chang says, let's see what you got. Runner at first, no outs, and the pitch, and that's a fly ball deep into center field. The center fielder is going to grab that, and he's going to hold the runner at first. So one out, runner at first. Hermosillo, Mexico leading 2-0 here in the top of the fifth inning with number 22, the designated hitter, Yepes, coming to the plate. Now batting number 22, Javier Yepes. Yepes, the left-hander, will face the right-hander, Chang, with a runner at first and one out in the top of the fifth, leading 2-0 against Kaohsiung City, Chinese Taipei, here in the Pony Palomino World Series Championship game for 2024, and he takes strike one from Chang. This game brought to you by Kraus Development, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, Dr. Marte Martinez, HEB, Line Decker Construction, the law firm of Whitworth Ciarroa, Andy's Mobility, Playmore Family Entertainment, 24/7 News Channel, Otila's Restaurant, Brunch and Dinner, Line Decker Construction, Rotex Truck Center, La Posada Hotel, the only four-diamond hotel in Laredo, the host of our VIPs, although they let Hector go in there as well. And the runner goes, and he's going to be safe. Safe. And the shortstop just cannot believe it. The runner, the speedy Romo, making his way to second base, has another stolen base. Number 2, the catcher for Chinese Taipei, Chai Chun Shin, unable to make the throw in time to get him out. 22, Yepes, the designated hitter, left-hander facing the right-hander Chang with a runner at second, one out, 2 balls, 1 strike, top of the fifth inning. Pony Palomino World Series here in the streets of Laredo, and that's a foul ball. The sun has set in the western sky, and the lights are about to come on. I can see them flickering. The lights in front of us have already come on. And if we can get a shot of the wigwam, the big TP where the Pony Palomino World Series leadership, Abel Gorena and those folks are sitting under there, watching the game in the comfort of the big tent there. And no, I'm not saying it's a circus over there, just a big tent. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second. The left-hander, Yepes, the designated hitter, in the box. Chang delivers, and that's a grounder going foul ball. It's a foul ball. Number 12 already ready to toss it to first. Yepes not concerned at all. Just, I know what I did. It's a foul ball. Romo will go back to, Leda will go back to second base and wait to see if Yepes can bring him home. Runner in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Broadcast brought to you by Kraus Development. Here, the Pony Palomino World Series champions, Hermosillo, Mexico. Ball 3. That's going to be a full count here. With 1 out, runner at second. 2 runs have scored in this game, none in this inning. But we've got an opportunity with a runner in scoring position, the designated hitter trying to do what he does, and that's bring somebody in, and that's a foul tip. The catcher for tonight's game for Chinese Taipei, Shen, usually pretty sure-handed, usually able to stop anything that comes his way, has let a couple of them go by. Chang, the pitcher, coming in relief of Lin, number 12, Chang, the right-hander, relieved the left-hander who went out after 1.5 here in Laredo, Texas, the gateway city. And that's a grounder to second. The second baseman has that. And that's going to move the runner from second to third. Yep, he's grounding out to second. Your second baseman for Chinese Taipei, Yen Su Chu, scooping it up, tossing it to first. Your first baseman, Gumai Shahi. Gumai Shahi having a good series as well. A couple good trips to the plate yesterday. And now Yepes is in the dugout, and Paul Rendon is in the batter's box, facing Chang, the right-hander. Little movement on that ball one, though. Now batting number 11, Paul Rendon. Rendon is the right fielder for Hermosillo, Mexico. And he takes strike one from Chang with a runner at third. And no one has scored. It's 1-1, 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Rendon looking to add a run here if he can. Swing and a miss, strike two. Very good pitch by Chang as that came right to the lower part of the top inside corner, and a swing and a miss for Rendon. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Pony Palomino World Series action live from Laredo, Texas, Veterans Field. Big shout out to United Independent School District for all of their assistance and the use of their facility, the Bill Johnson Student Activity Center. Named after Bill Johnson, one of the long-time Pony supporters and officers here in Laredo. Passed a few years ago. We miss him dearly. Chang on the mound. Foul ball from Paul Rendon. Runner at third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the fifth. In the championship game between Mexico and Chinese Taipei, Taiwan, both teams have a lot of supporters here in the stands. A little quiet right now. Boy, they can get a little rowdy. And that's going to be ball 2, 2-2 the count. They've got a couple folks there with big sombreros ready to do a dance when they score. It is a sight to see. Maybe we can get the cameraman to swing around and let them see the action. The enthusiastic crowd for Hermosillo, Mexico. Chang swinging a miss to Paul Rendon here. That's still 2-2. Little tip there to keep him alive. And at third base, the runner eagerly trying to come across to add some insurance runs to the lead here for Hermosillo, Mexico. And Chang, the pitcher, Chai Hung Chang, says, I'm not going to let you do that, as he peers into the right-handed Rendon. Oh, and that is high into left field, left fielder under it, and that ends the inning. Mexico stranding 1. No runs scored here. We go to the bottom of the fifth, and we'll be right back in a few seconds. we go. Bottom of the fifth. Chinese Taipei batting here. And number 14 has come into the game. Ji Ru Shen facing the right-hander Galvez. And he takes strike 2 from Galvez. Ji Rui Chen is probably going to make an appearance in the game beyond the bat as he's pinch hitting for someone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning here. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is out number 1 for this frame. Bottom of the 5th, Chinese Taipei looking to start something. They're trailing 2-0 here in a game sponsored by Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years. Kraus Development, our box score sponsor, and our broadcast sponsor, Dr. Marte Martinez, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions. And here we go. Galvez on the mound. Number 3, Gumai Shahi at the plate. Now batting number 3, Gumai Shahi. Shahi, the first baseman, fouls it into foul territory. I can see the kiddos running towards it, hoping to get a free car, according to Hector. Not true, not at all. Galvez, a right-hander, facing Gumai Shahi, the first baseman, and he tosses ball 2 to him. 2-1 the count. Nobody out, nobody on. Pony Palomino World Series champion here at the Veterans Field. Wind has picked up a little bit. You can see Old Gloria waving in the back. And that's going to be ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike so far. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th, and I've been told to say hello to somebody. Oh, and that is a high fly ball, shallow right. The right fielder says, I got it, don't worry. Calls off the second baseman, and the right fielder, Alejandro Amparano, Paul Rendon making that catch. Amparano was the second baseman retreating to get it, and he got waved off, and Rendon makes the catch. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sebastian Galvez, the pitcher for Hermosillo, holding Chinese Taipei scoreless here in the bottom of the 5th inning as they lead 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Chinese Taipei trying to get something started here. Thank you to Otila's Restaurant, Playmore, and HEB, our sponsors here. That's ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Again, thank you to La Posada, Line Decker Construction, the law firm of Whitworth Cigarroa, and Rotex. And number 7, Chung Hao Wang will take a stroll to first base. And number 5, Shen En Wang is coming to the plate. Now batting number 5, Shen En Wang. Wang, you're the third baseman for Chinese Taipei. And if you can hear the noise out there, that is the Chinese Taipei contingent. Expats living in the States from all over coming here to watch their team play. Enthusiastic supporters, but not to be outdone by the group from Hermosillo who are here as well to root their team on. Both not strangers to the big show. And Galvez fires a strike to Wang, the batter for Chinese Taipei. The right-handed Sebastian Galvez has had complete control of this game. We've got a runner at first, 1 out, 1-1 the count, and that's ball 2. Want to continue to thank our sponsors, the City of Laredo, County of Webb, Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau, and Laredo Parks and Recreation Department. Coach J.J. Gomez, the director, Tommy Ramirez, Anita Stanley, assistant directors, and the great folks at Parks and Rec. Ball 3, 1 strike, 1 runner at first, 1 out. And Mexico leads 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning in a nice, cool, breezy Monday night in Laredo, Texas. Monday Night Baseball. Strike 2. Chapa, the umpire, giving a little move, a little different from what I've seen in the past. 3-2 full count, 1 out here, 1 runner on, and Wang looking to keep the dream alive here in the bottom of the 5th with Galvez, and a grounder, a chopper to second. Second baseman has it, and that is out number 3 for Hermosillo. They have retired the side. Wang doing everything he could to get on to the base. And I apologize, as I'm reading the scoreboard, we fell a little bit behind there. And that is out number 3. We will try to stay honest and get the scoreboard right as we go forward. Big shout out to the folks over at Game Changer, Hector Esparza, who has been a trooper as I poke fun at him every year. He's been my sidekick for 3 now. Over from Game Changer. Thank you, Hector, for allowing us to have a little fun. And now we've got Norma over at the scoreboard. She's new to our crew. And to my right, Carla Sanchez, the producer. Ruth is handling audio for us today. Marisol Suarez, our other technical director, not in today, as she prepares for the big leap to San Antonio, Texas. Our cameraman at first base, Joshua Belmares. Jose Garcia is behind the home plate lens. And Art, our good friend Art, is over at third base. And no, it's not Art Trevino, for those of you who think it was. This is the good Art. And we want to introduce a special guest who's here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce a special guest here tonight with us from the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Houston, Texas. Yvonne Xiao, the Director General, is here with us. Welcome, Director General. Happy to have you here. Enjoy the game. And we go to the top of the 6th inning with Hermosillo, Mexico leading 2-0. The right-hander Chang on the mound, facing the left-hander here at the plate. Yepes, I believe. Or Sasueta. Let's see, that is Sasueta, the first baseman, who is in the box with the stick in his hand, ready to whack one out here if he can. Chang doing a relative good job. And that's a grounder to short. Shortstop can't handle it, but he's going to try. And Sasueta, for a big boy, is able to motor to first base. He's got some wheels on him. So we've got a runner on, nobody out, top of the 6th, leading 2-0. Hermosillo looking to extend the lead if at all possible. Number 11, number 10, Luis Monjue, the catcher, waiting for his turn at bat. Now batting number 10, Luis Monjue. The good folks over from Hermosillo, Mexico, coming up yesterday to help me with the pronunciations as I butchered some of these last names over the course of the weekend. Good sports. I appreciate the help they gave. I reached out and said, somebody help me. And that's a bunt, nicely laid. Chang, the catcher off his stance, picks it up, throws out. Monjue at first, but that advances number 8, David Sasueta, to the second base position. So we've got a runner in scoring position. Number 61, Alejandro Amparano, is coming to the plate. Now batting number 61, Alejandro Amparano. And Amparano has got a set of wheels on him too. He's had a great series, driving in runs, stealing bases. He's about done it all. And that's a swing and a miss for him. Sasueta over at second in scoring position. Do not be deceived by the young man's size. Tall, but fast. And Chang delivers strike number 2 to Amparano with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Remember, 7 innings is a complete game for those at Pony, 18U. And Amparano stares down Chang and takes ball 1. Thank you to La Posada, the 4 Diamond Hotel here in Laredo, Texas. Beautiful historic building. HEB, everything is better. HEB, Texas's premier grocery store. And that is strike 3 for Amparano. He goes down swinging. And Chang, who came in for Xuan Yu Lin, the left-hander who left after an inning and a half, has kept control of this game, silencing the bats from Hermosillo, Mexico. No runs have scored under his watch. And Hermosillo, Mexico leads 2-0, and we're having a substitution. Some folks moving around. The center fielder for Chinese Taipei is moving into left field. Qing Yu Shen is now in left field, and we have a new center fielder. We'll find out who that is. And the interpreter with the coach over at the Pony Leadership Tent, the big wigwam. If we can get a shot of the big wigwam there from maybe the third base camera, so you can see what I see and why I call it the TP. Chang on the mound, facing David Ung, number 24, the left fielder. Well, and it looks like Ung has got a pinch hitter coming in for him. Substituting for Ung is number 63, Rene Lucero, the right-hander, coming into the game for the first time, facing Chang for the first time. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, runner at second, and that is a ball. 1-1 the count here in the top of the 6th inning. Rene Lucero is come into the game for David Ung and is now facing Chang, the right-hander, with 2 outs and a runner at second, trying to add to the lead. Swing and a miss, strike 2 for Lucero. With Sasueta over at second base, waiting to come home. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Hermosillo leading 2-0 over Kaohsiung City. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that ends the inning for Hermosillo. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Chinese Taipei coming up to bat, and we'll be right back after this brief commercial message. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. As I try to adjust my chair and get comfortable again. Strike one to number 9, Chen Yu Shen, the center fielder who's now playing in left field, if I'm not mistaken. We saw a little movement earlier in the top of the 6th. Galvez has been masterful so far, not allowing any runs, very few hits. And that's a foul ball by Shen, the left fielder now. Number 9, Galvez. Number 23, Sebastian Galvez, has been on the mound since the start of the game and continues to do a great job. And that is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Shen goes down swinging, literally goes down, is on one knee as he took that cut. Number 10 coming in now into the game. He is the top of the order for Chinese Taipei, Jae-Lun Xuan. Xuan, the right fielder, bats left-handed, faces the right-hander Galvez, and feints bunt, and takes strike 1 from Galvez. We are at the bottom of the 6th inning as the sun has set on the streets of Laredo. The lights are on. That's a grounder to first. Salsueta scoops it up for out number 2. And Xuan grounds out to first. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. As I was saying, the sun has set here on the streets of Laredo. The lights are on. And the sun could be setting on the season 4, the Chinese Taipei, who came all the way across the pond to face the team from Hermosillo, Mexico, who came 16 hours to get to Laredo. Strike 1. Number 4, Yensu Chu, the second baseman. Chu, speedy, good bat, sends one into center field, and that is going to be caught by the center fielder who laid out completely and caught that. And Shu cannot believe it. He's on his knees over at first base and is just dejected by that. He thought he had something, and they needed to start something, so it's 3 outs, and we'll be right back in just a few minutes. Here we go. Top of the 7th inning. Last frame here tonight. With the pitcher Chang trying to keep the lid on Hermosillo, not letting any more runs score. He's trailing 2-0 in the top of the 7th inning. The Chinese Taipei team will try to hold on here, not let any more runs score, so that when they come to their last at bat in the bottom, maybe they can spark a little magic. Chang winds, throws, and that's a grounder to third. The third baseman charging hard. And number 5 for Hermosillo, Germán Arballo, doing everything he can to motor down to first base, and he's out. Gumai Sahi, the first baseman, making sure that he stretched as far as he could to keep him from scoring. Top of the order now, David Leda at the plate. Now batting number 25, David Leda. And he takes strike one from Chang. 0-1 the count, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 7th, game brought to you by Southern Sanitation, Southern American Doppler Radar, Kraus Development, and Advanced Spine Pain Solutions. La Posada Hotel, HEB, Playmore, Rotex, the law firm of Whitworth Cigarroa, Linedecker, Otila's Restaurant. Oh, and an attempted bump by Leda goes awry. And that's strike. Strike 2. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Nobody on. Top of the 7th. Hermosillo leads 2-0. Wind picked up a little bit here. It's a nice breezy little night, Monday night. And that's a foul ball. This broadcast being brought to you by Liquid Studio Group, South Texas' premier digital marketing advertising agency. Digital first. It's a good way to go. Chang on the mound with Leda, the top of the order, grounding to second base. Second baseman looks it in. Out number 2. Gumai Shahi, the sure-handed Golden Glove at first base. Records out number 2. Second baseman number 4, Yensu Chu. Great defense today. Chang has 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Needs to get one more without giving any more runs, so they have a real chance of coming back in the 7th. Number 4, Joel Romo at the plate, facing the right-hander Chang, takes a swing at that one, and it's strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 7th. HEB, our sponsor, and La Posada Hotel. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. A shout out to Mobile Addiction, who fixed a phone for us today. Great little shop right there by Mall del Norte, Mobile Addiction, cell phone repair. And that one is shot into right field, and the right fielder can't handle it. And there goes Romo, the speedy Joel Romo, third baseman for Hermosillo. Races into second base for a double here at the Veterans Field, Laredo, Texas. We've got a runner at second. We have number 22, Javier Yepes, a designated hitter, coming to the plate. Now batting number 22, Javier Yepes. And we are going to have a pitching change here. Number 11 coming on to the mound for Chinese Taipei. Yuan Shen is going to pitch. The left-hander coming in for Chang, who held Hermosillo scoreless, will pitch for Taipei now. This is their third pitcher. Xuan Yulin started the game, went an inning and a half. Then Chang came in and did not allow any runs from that point forward. Now giving up a double. He is going to be replaced by Yuan Chen, the left-hander, number 11. Here in the top of the 7-11, with nobody out, although I do think somebody is out here. We'll confirm that and see if we've got one out, but we do have a runner, Joel Romo, at second. Javier Yepes will step into the batter's box in just a few as the reliever, Yuan Shen, warms up. Great job by both these teams, both coaches, both managers with their respective teams. Tremendous skill by both clubs. And we want to thank all of the folks who are here in attendance and all of you who are watching back in Kaohsiung City or anywhere you are that watching this broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting your team. You make this possible by your viewership. We're happy to bring this broadcast to you. Laredo Pony National, all working to bring this broadcast to you, along with our sponsors, the Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau, Laredo Parks and Rec, Webb County, City of Laredo, Botilas, 24/7 News, and the Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, also a sponsor. Rotex Truck Center, Yepes, the left-hander, facing the left-hander Shen, and the left-hander throws ball one to the left-handed batter Yepes. Yepes is the designated hitter. We've got a runner at second, and we're trying here to add more runs as Yepes, the designated hitter, comes in to do what he does best: hit the ball. Runner at second, 2 balls, no strikes. We do believe it's 2 outs. We will confirm that here in the top of the 7th inning with Shen on the mound, and that's a high fly right here by the third baseman, and yes, that is out number 3. And nobody scores. Runner left stranded here for Hermosillo. And we come to the bottom of the 7th inning with Hermosillo leading 2-0 and Chinese Taipei coming to what could be their last at bat as the sun has set here in Laredo, Texas, and may be setting on the dreams of Chinese Taipei. We'll be right back after this brief message. And we are back here, bottom of the 7th inning. Hermosillo clinging to a 2-run lead against Chinese Taipei. Number 6, Kaohsiung Sen knocks one into shortstop. Shortstop's got it. Hard throw to first. Out number one. As Chinese Taipei could be at their last two outs here in the bottom of the seventh. A tremendous run by Chinese Taipei could be coming to a close as Hermosillo puts a lid on the coffin here. And that's ball one to number 17, Ju-Sun Wu, the designated hitter. Wu has not had a good night because Galvez has had a great night. Sebastian Galvez, the right-hander for Hermosillo, on the mound from the start, continues to deliver for his team. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wu, the designated hitter, takes ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th. And the dream for Taipei could be ending, and that is a blast into the parking lot. That's going to set off somebody's alarm. Right over the left field side. Strike 3, and he is out for out number 2. Sorry, strike 3, out number 2. And Wu goes to the dugout with possibly the last at-bat for Chinese Taipei, down to their last out. Number 2, Kaohsiung Shen in the batter's box. Swing and a miss for Shen. Now batting number 2, Kaohsiung Shen, number 2. We are down to the last out for Chinese Taipei here in the bottom of the 7 as Hermosillo is on its feet, hoping to close this out and take the crown home with them. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Shen. Galvez has pitched himself 6 scoreless innings so far. It is about to make it 7, and Hermosillo will be your champion if he can. The pitch. Oh, that hurt Shen. Yeah, when he took it in the front. Hope he's all right. Yes, he's getting up. He's getting up and walking. Oh, but he took that in the face, looks like. Or the chin. Galvez on the mound. First errant pitch we've seen in quite a while from Galvez. And that one hitting the batter square as he turned. That will bring the first baseman, Gumai Shahi, who has got the tying run at first. Sorry, the tying run, Gumai himself. Runner at first. And this could be the last out for Chinese Taipei. A little break in the action as everyone kind of settles after the batter got hit with a pitch. Shen, the catcher, is at first. Shahi, the first baseman, is in the box. And Galvez is on the mound. And the first pitch is ball 1 to Shahi. With Chinese Taipei possibly down to their last out, there are 2 outs here. 1 ball, no strikes, runner at first. And Galvez trying to seal the deal here. Throws ball 2. Outside. 2-0 the count. 2 outs in a great game brought to you by Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. This could be the last strike here. And that's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner at first. The tension is building as Hermosillo looks to close out Chinese Taipei's season here in Laredo, Texas at Veterans Field, and that is high outside. 3-1, a little wild for Galvez. The catcher, number 10, Luis Monhue, with a nice grab there to keep that from going past. And here we go with the runner at first. Gumai Shahi at the plate, and he takes ball 4. So now, as tension builds here with 2 outs, 2 runners on, the go-ahead run, number 7 coming to the plate, the left-hander, Shunhao Wang, the left fielder, comes into the game, and let us see what will happen here. With 2 outs, 2 on, Galvez, still on the mound, has pitched 6.5 phenomenal innings, and now he faces the left-hander Wang with 2 outs, and he delivers strike 1 to Wang, who represents the go-ahead run. Tying run at first, runner at second. 2 outs, 0-1 the count, bottom of the 7th. And that's a shot to shortstop, and that's the game. Chinese Taipei losing to Hermosillo, Mexico. Congratulations to the team from Hermosillo. And our hats off to the team from Kaohsiung City, Chinese Taipei, as the season comes to a close for Taipei, the runner-up this year for the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series champion here in Laredo, Texas. Thank you to every one of our sponsors. There is a celebration ceremony that's going to take place with awards be given out. We will try to bring that to you, although there will be no broadcaster because I've got to do broadcast duties down on the field, or PA announcement duties on the field. So we're going to try to hang a microphone out the window here. Maybe we can pick some of that up. Want to say thank you to UISD and their transportation department as well, who did a great job shuttling these folks back and forth from hotel to field. What a great, great tournament this was. Everybody played great baseball. Some of these folks are D1 prospects. Some of them here from Chinese Taipei may have already signed a deal with a professional team, as they did a couple of them last year. So Hermosillo here is kneeling at the mound there, waiting for the distribution of trophies. Looks like Valdi Guzman bringing out the big box. And we'll be right back. We're going to run a commercial, and then we're going to bring you the award ceremony as we start to pick up some of our cameras. I'm getting a call from Richard Rosas, who is probably asking me, hey, where are you? So let me put this on mute for just a second while I answer his call. Okay, you can hear my voice while the commercials are running. I'm fixing to walk down to the field. I'll be right back.
Congratulations. Big round of applause to Mexico World Series 2024 champions. Taiwan and in the Mexico World Series, you all for always putting up a show when you come to Laredo, Texas. Thanks for being the runner-up World Series 2024. We're going to introduce each team, and every player deserves a tremendous ovation for the reason, the miles they traveled, the sacrifice they did to end up in the championship. Again, give them a big round of applause. I'll take test. Won't take much time. I'm going to turn over to one of the officials. Big thank you to Laredo ISD for hosting this games throughout the Palomino World Series here. City of Laredo Parks Department, and a lot of other people that are behind the scenes, the main guys, everybody, the restaurants, everybody that is part of putting the show on behind the scenes. Thank you all. Our announcer, Gene, has not missed a game. Thank you, Gene. And that being said, we're going to start with the presentations. Who's going to do it? Gene? We'll start off with the runner-up for the Palomino World Series. We got the translator to give the names. 各位先生、各位女士，我是台湾青棒代表队的副领队，是高运动上的食物处主任。今天非常的荣幸，我们跟我们的强劲的对手墨西哥队，有一个君子之争。虽然拿到了亚军，但是我们虽败犹荣。现在我就依序的来介绍我们的所有的球员，届时请我们的侨胞朋友跟我们在场的先生女士，我们掌声鼓励。谢谢他们为这个分配。首先介绍的选手是1号谢立成。继续是2号郑家军，也就是我们这次比赛的捕手，请大家掌声欢迎。继续是3号古麦夏河。接下来是4号邱彦祖。继续是5号王胜恩 ，Number 5。接下来是7号王崇豪 ，Evan 王崇豪。对不起，刚才遗漏了6号曾冠杰 ，Number 6，曾冠杰。 训。继续介绍的是9号陈靖宇、恩金玉。接下来介绍的是我们台湾星棒代表队的队长10号全哲伦。Number 10 is the leader of Taiwan team, 全哲伦。继续介绍的是11号陈玉安。Number 11， 陈玉安。接下来受奖的是12号张家宏 ，Number 12， 张家宏。接下来介绍的是13号杨华勇 ，Next is 13杨华。继续介绍的是14号陈杰瑞 ，Number 14， 陈杰瑞。接下来是15号黄伟胜 ，Number 15， 吴伟胜。好，继续介绍的是16号庄耀祥 ，Number 16， 庄耀祥。继续是介绍的是17号吴卫峰 ，Number 7， 吴卫聪。我们最后一位选手是背号18号林轩宇。The last one is 18, sorry, 8 林轩宇。请大家掌声鼓励。好，继续。我们介绍的是我们这一次青棒代表队的教练团。首先介绍的是陈顺松教练。The first one coach is 陈顺松。继续介绍的是第2位教练林华庆教练。The second coach is 林华庆。最后介绍的是我们台湾星棒代表队的总教练谢东俊谢总教练。The last one is the head coach. One please. 谢东顺。Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you very much. A big applause for Taiwan 2024 Palomino Series runner-up. 好， before we announce the champions that were worthy served, I want to recognize also I know there's some UISD bus drivers here, and I want to tell them thank you for transporting these kids around town throughout the tournament. Big shout out to UISD. Okay? Who's got that list to introduce these champions? Who's got that list? Who has that roster? Que se oiga México, no se oye nada. That it? The roster for the kids? Can we have one of the coaches? The coaches? No se oye nada, México. I'll say it in English. One more time. A big round of applause for the 2024 Palomino World Series champions. ¡Viva México! Brandon Aru. Alejandro Amparano. Germán Arguello. Pedro Ayala. José Corrales. René Dueñas. Sebastián Galvez. David Liera. René Lucero. David Zapueta. Miranda. Luis. Renato Morales. Iván Noriega. Paul Rendón. Joel Romo. David Un. Javier Epi. El coach Manuel Dueñas. Manager Juan Carlos Durazo. Un aplauso para el señor Ricardo Herrera.
champion, el campeón del bat, Luis Monje. Luis Monje. Stolen base champion, el que se robó las bases. Muchísimas gracias, Alejandro Amparado. Take the pictures now. Y'all can go ahead and walk through the gate. Come on into the field. Just be careful. Come on in. Come on in and take some pictures.